Hello guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be sharing a story to you. This is an incident that occurred. If you're new in my channel, please don't fail to tap the subscription bell to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like and also share my video with your friends and families. Stay tuned and enjoy the story. There are so many kinds of wicked things happening in the world. Today I'm going to be sharing this story about a guy that had a friend, and they did a transaction of a business. This business was about 750,000 naira, and this guy who did this business with his friend, which is a barber, the friend is a barber, decided that as they were going to hammer on the money that they were expecting, when he knew that this money has arrived, listen to this story and see what a fellow human being would do to his fellow friend. This is where we say be careful of the kind of friends you keep, because we have the good, the bad, and the ugly. You don't know where the trap might fall before you. So now the story is that this guy, one Daniel was an Akwa Ibom guy, and this his friend was named Chibuzo, which was an Anambra guy. After the transaction, the Chibuzo had to invite this his friend. He called him that they were going to have a meeting for him to come down to his residence. And this his friend, being a trusted friend, he decided to go down to his friend's house, not knowing that the friend has already planned what to do. He had to get a beer and dropped the beer so that when this his friend comes, he will entertain the friend, and the friend, believing that it was his friend, he would be so relaxed, comfortable, and chat with his friend over the new business which they were about to have. So during this process, as he arrived his friend's residence, the friend welcomed him very well and presented the offer of the drink for him, which he took. When he took the first cup, the second cup, he now dozed off. And as he dozed off, the friend had to now tie him up. And this was when the friend knew that he has dozed off, that the poison has really worked on him. He was gone. The friend had to chop off his neck, cut off his hands and his legs. I am going to be showing you that this was a very, very sad incident that occurred. And being that he has done this thing and planned it very, very well, and by the time he did this thing, he planned it with 2 police officers. But unluckily for them, how this thing was exposed, they never knew, because him now, after doing this, he wanted to kill this his friend so that he can get the money by himself, and at the same time maybe kind of share little piece, or they planned it very well. So as he finished cutting off this his friend's body, you are going to see that this was a terrible incident. He puts it inside a sack bag and he went and dumped it somewhere. As he dumped it in that place, unluckily for him, somebody saw him. So after the disappearance of this barber, the colleague which was working with him, this Chibuzo, that was an Igbo guy, was his employee. The Daniel had employed him and they were working together. So whatever business that came after that, they worked together. So this his employee was nowhere to be found, and the shop was locked. The family of the guy, as at this process, after they've not seen him, they started kind of raising alarm. After 2 days, they were like, how can they get him? And this is employee that was working with him also, that was not found, decided to say he traveled. So this called for a suspicious mood, whereby even now for them to, like, when they call that guy, he will give one excuse or the other. They told him, have you seen your oga? And he said he has not seen the oga. And now, if you have not seen your boss, so what effort have you done? This is what is happening. Why do you people have to lock the shop? You're not even coming to the shop. So this was so suspicious that they had to use the landlord. Now when they came, they informed the police. The police came to the compound, interrogate the landlord. And so after the interrogation, after interrogating the landlord, telling him that one of your tenants here has been missing, and the worker that has been working with him has been nowhere to be found. The landlord also picked a kind of interest in what was happening. He was also worried because it was either the barber himself, the owner of the shop, opens the shop, or his colleague opens the shop. But since the barber was nowhere to be found and the colleague himself did not come to open it, they had to use this medium of a kind of using the landlord. Now the landlord kept calling the Chibuzo, trying to call him, trying to ask him things. And this was how, with this medium, they were now using the tracking device to track him, where to get him. And he was actually tracked and gotten. And when he was gotten, he was taken to the detention, where he was really tortured. And by this time, this is where, because he felt the pains of a kind of, there was no way for him to say anything and escape the truth that was there. So he now started revealing the truth that this is what happened. It was the devil's work. That he had invited, that they struck a deal, and when the deal clicked, he had invited his friend to come to his house, where he had poisoned the drink that the friend was going to drink. And after drinking it, this was what happened, that he had butchered the friend. He wanted to, the evil of money, the greed of money made him butcher his friend, cut off his neck and put it inside the bag, to go and dump it somewhere. And even as he had poisoned him, and he found out that he was already dead, he had already stabbed him, make sure that he was totally dead, so that as he butchered him, he removed his vital parts, and he wanted to go and use it for something best known to him, which we never knew. So this is how the police, after catching him, they beat him and told him to take them to where he dumped the body. He now went and showed them where he dumped this boy's body. He cut the boy. You would only see just from here to here. The hand was off, the neck was off. And I now wonder if this kind of human being that did this kind of thing to his fellow, a kind of colleague, somebody that employed you, try to feed you, try to, like, okay, come and work with me, and was now doing something very free with you. So people, we really need to be very careful in what is happening. This was an incident that happened. This guy was caught, and he also mentioned the two people he was also going to, like, maybe sell his parts to. And the family of this boy, now they are just bereaved, crying. This incident happened in Akwa Ibom State, and I don't even know how to put it, because the thing was so shocking, so touching. And now the wife of this barber, who just started life together, she has been bereaved. She's now a widow. So it's now left for the police custody to give us a feedback on what's going to be happening to this Chukwudili, because even as this issue was charged to the court, the barrister that was to stand for Chukwudili was just trying to, like, plead for adjournment of case, adjournment of case, adjournment of case. And the third time, after the adjournment in 3 times, he did not show face in the court, whereby the judge himself was like, if such kind of barrister could side a human being that has used his own mouth to confess to his crime, that he chopped off somebody's neck, chopped off the person's legs and hand. I wonder what kind of barrister was that also. So please and please, I hope you find this video interesting. If you love this video, please thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like and also share my video with your friends and families. Don't fail to always tap the bell for notification of new videos. This is Ukeme TV. I am always there to give you interesting stories, things happening. Just as you're listening to this story, please always let us be guided. What we hear is not just something that we just hear and keep. Let us be very careful of the friends our brothers sisters are keeping. If you have children, you can also monitor them. Your brothers and sisters, even at home, you can also look at the kind of friends. When they come around, you interrogate them to see the kind of what kind of speech comes out from their mouth, because from the speech even you can know who is a good person, who is not a good person. And apart from that, appearance also matters. Seeing somebody, having a one-on-one talk with that person, your instincts will tell you this person has more to do with this, and this person is someone to move with. So guys, see you guys in my next video. Bye.